and above, yeah.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Green Diamond Boxing, hosted by iBoxingHub. My name's Aiysha. Just before we get started, a quick shout out to our sponsors, D-Rock. Please check out their website, add promo code iBoxingHub24 for 40% discount on all their clothing. My guest today is none other than Duane Hotshot Sinclair. Hello, Duane, how are you and how are you doing?
Good evening. I'm doing fine. I'm just sorry that I'm still driving, but I must say I love that VT at the beginning. That
Isn't
looked
it? I
good.
love it as well.
I love that. Yeah, I love that VT. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So that's a family member of Trey and Chris who's put that together. So big up to them. And yeah, I love it every time it comes on. Like I don't get sick of it. So it's really nice to listen
Yeah,
to.
no, it's good. It's good. It's good. Thanks for having me on.
No, thank you so much for your time. I know you're stuck in traffic, so thank you so much for still accommodating us. Just quickly, I wanted to start off with where you're at in terms of boxing, because I'm like not 100% sure whether to say you're an ex-professional boxer or whether you're not, because I don't know whether you have actually fully retired or not. So could you just give us a bit of information on that?
Well, do you know what? As any fighter knows, it's hard to fully admit because I'm still fully in certain training camps and helping people prepare, and so I stay fit and almost stay ready. But yeah, officially for myself, I haven't got anything lined up. There's been in the last my last bout was 2019. In that time, I've had fights kind of in the pipeline, and they've fallen through because of whatever politics and whatever. So yeah, at this time, I haven't renewed my license. So on paper, it looks like it would say inactive. So it's been that way for a while. But I don't want to mention no names. I'll be thumping up a lot of prospects. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still one that's asked for to join camps and etc. So I take that as a compliment in some way. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think yeah, I'm still there, but I haven't got any
Yeah.
bouts, so to speak.
Because I've seen you online, obviously you're training, you're looking good, you're looking, sharp, like you're still doing your boxing training. So I'm like, okay, do you have like somebody in mind that you'd like to maybe get back in the ring with? Are there any names
That's a
out
cheeky
there?
one. That's a cheeky one. You know what? Any fighter, yeah, any fighter will back themselves. Yeah,
Yeah.
anyone that's got any substance. So yeah, if for me, the thing about boxing, me competing, it didn't change my life, if that makes sense, which is what you're aiming to do. I just boxed because I loved it. I did get a few good paydays, but nothing that made me need to quit my day job, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So it's literally just because I love it. So when you start to look at things like the sacrifice leading up to bouts or whatever, you it needs to make sense for yourself, because the sacrifice, when you get to a certain age and you get responsibilities, etc., the sacrifice, that's what you got to really think of, rather than just loving the sport. So I can still love the sport and give to the sport in different ways by, like I said, with the sparring and preparing other people, the helping amateurs and the management, etc. So I'm still fully active in the sport. I'm just not competing. So I love boxing in any way that I can be in boxing. Oh yeah, no, and obviously I do the commentating as well. So I
Yeah.
stay very active in the sport. So I do not feel I don't feel that kind of void which people get when they quit boxing. I haven't felt that yet.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I guess if somebody came to you with a prospect, you'd be kind of thinking about maybe getting back in then.
Of course.
Yeah.
Ending a career and that. No, 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 no. I don't want to be mean, but yeah, of course, something that's worthwhile
Yeah.
and give a good show and work for that win, and then obviously you get that single win puts you right back in the mix. So I wouldn't say no, because like I say, I'm not totally unfit or shied away from the sport. I
Yeah.
give good sparring sessions. I keep people fit. Like I'm asked. People ask me to come and help prepare them, or come to be sparring partners. So again, I take that as a compliment. I'm doing something right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You did speak about quitting the day job, and I understand from a previous interview you did, you were a primary school teacher before being a
Oh yeah.
professional boxer.
Yeah. See, I was a secondary, then I went to primary,
Yeah.
and now I'm back in secondary
Ah.
as assistant head.
Oh, are you? Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So talk me through like how do you go from being a teacher to being a professional boxer and then going back again? Like how did that all work out?
Well, you know what? I stayed in the industry in the sense that I was doing supply teaching, so I could kind of take the time off when I needed to. So yeah, it's literally as it's almost like contract work. So if you want to work, you work. If you don't want to work, you just let the agency know. No, I don't want to work.
Mm.
And I was also I'm also uh, a property finance broker. So mortgages, uh, development loans, buying land, anything to do with
Oh
getting
wow.
money for properties. I
All
also
right.
do that. So
I'll be
I keep
calling you up
myself
for other
busy.
things then as well then.
What's that?
I'll be calling you up for some other things then as
Oh
well.
yeah, come on! I'd love to help. That's what I'm there. I'm there to help different ways.
Yeah, okay, cool. So you've always had a hand in your teaching as well as doing your boxing. You've been doing a
That's
bit of
it.
both.
That's it. Because you don't want to. Because before, and it's gonna sound like a jack of all trades. I was a graphic designer. So when I
Oh,
left that, exactly when I left the graphics, get back into it.
mm,
The technology evolved so much. It was like,
yeah,
what the heck is going on? So I thought, you know what, I'm not gonna do that of the teaching. Although I'm not full time teaching, let me stay within the industry. So if anything happens, I've got something to fall back on.
yeah. No, absolutely. That's it's really clever to do that because you're keeping all your doors open, aren't you?
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
shutting any opportunities,
Mm.
which is definitely the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Um, so when you had your boxing career, like obviously before you became professional, were you amateur for quite some time? And was there something that kind of stopped you from becoming professional earlier than when you did?
Do you know what? It was that's a very good question. I started off in different martial arts. Then I done kickboxing for a while, like about 13 years old, and I stopped at about 19. And because I had a groin injury, then I just
Mm,
put on a lot of weight. But I always had fast hands, and like all my knockouts, believe it or not, were in the kickboxing came from striking rather than kicks. So yeah, I just got bored of just being overweight and just being at home, and then I went back to the gym. I was boxing at super middleweights at 75
yeah.
kg, kickboxing at 75. I went back to boxing. I had a groin injury, so I thought, let me just do this. I wanted to go pro, but then I'm quite prudent at what I do. So I thought, you know what, I haven't fought for a while. Let me go to an amateur gym and get my tech up.
Mm,
So when I went to an amateur gym, I realized how much I didn't know. And then that made me kind of stay, and I fell in love with the sport again. And I stayed
mm,
amateur for, I think it was like 7 or 8 years. I can't remember, something like that.
yeah. Wow.
I boxed regionally, boxed for the country. I didn't make the GB, boxed for England, make it GB. But yeah, I just loved the sport. And I've started off at, my first amateur bout, 96 kg. And just training and working and training and working. I ended up being light heavy at 81. Then I turned
Hmm.
pro. No, sorry, I went to white collar for a bit. And when
Okay.
I took to white collar, I've got I took a bout that it was quite well paid. And so at the time, you was allowed to do two fights outside of amateurs and then come back to amateurs. But I didn't
Hmm.
know that that rule got lifted. So when I done the white collar, it was quite a well-known white collar. It was on TVs, on Eurosport and other channels, so it wasn't a secret. So then when England boxing found out, I got banned for life. So I
Oh
stayed
my
white collar.
gosh.
uh, yeah, exactly. That's how come I ended up. I stayed white collar, and then it got to the point where, because obviously I was a good pedigree, I was come from boxing program, amateur boxing. I was started to blast out people. So then it was hard for me to get matched. So my trainer
Hmm.
said, "You know what? You might as well just turn pro." And then
Mm,
that's how it happened. By my trainer, it wasn't really a plan because I've always worked and whatever. So I was just there. And it was the level that I was at where some pros were asking me for sparring, whether it would be in MMA or other pro fighters, whatever. So my trainer said, you know what, you might as well just turn pro because you're getting
mm,
stale and you obviously love the sport. So yeah, I turned pro late and I was doing well. I was doing well. And then I lost a fight that I wasn't supposed to lose. And then COVID happened, and then I just got
Yeah.
comfortable helping other fighters. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say
Yeah.
COVID happened and that's why I didn't box, because I could have boxed.
Mm.
There was offers coming up, but well, not I wouldn't say offers, but potential fights coming up. But I just thought, what's the point in that? I would rather box so I'm back at the level that I'm at again. So as time went
Mm.
by, I ended up being kind of putting myself at high risk, low reward. So the fighters that I want to fight, to them, it's like, why am I going to fight him? He's good. He's flipping 41. If I lose, what is my career over? So the cost of those fights became more than what I'm worth, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I kind of, I just got just happy helping others and, just staying in a sport a different way. But again, as you said at the beginning, I am not averse to boxing again because I love it. So
Yeah.
if it makes sense, I don't mind writing off a face here and there. Don't mind.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. I want to say big up to Neutral's Corner, who's saying big up to Aisha and Duane. Jam's Boxing Chat is saying, hi, Miss Aisha. Hi, Duane. Your only loss
Hello.
was to Anthony Fox in the pro ranks. Would you have
Yeah.
wanted the rematch? And if so, would you have took him?
Yep. 100%. We wanted the rematch. We called it straight away, but obviously, again, he got better offers. He boxed someone else at a
Mm.
lower weight category, and then got knocked out. So then it made my loss even worse. So then, but then he quit after that. We wanted the rematch definitely, because I have never said this, but it was the reasons. There was reasons behind the losing the fight. So if I had lost fair and square, like I'd done everything I was supposed to and lost, it's different. But
Mhm.
that's a loss I shouldn't have taken. So I have never said it in any interview or to anyone. It's only my team know about the things that's caused it. Because to me, I'm saying this: if you step in the ring, you're saying you're okay. So there's no point in
Mm.
bringing up the reasons after you've lost, because you wouldn't
Yeah.
have brought up them reasons if you won. So
Yeah.
you see what I mean? Only my
Mm.
team know. So I'm never going to mention it because he done what he needed to do to win. We just wanted the
Mm.
rematch to right that wrong. And it
Yeah.
just didn't happen. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
he done what he needed to do to win, and it happened. So, yeah, I'm not ever going to say the reasons. The people that know. And that's it. Because I lost. That's it. I stepped in the ring. So I'm saying I'm fit to fight. So it's all good.
Mm. How does that make you feel though? Because obviously that's a loss that you feel like you shouldn't have taken, and then you didn't
Uh,
get the rematch. Like, does that make you feel even worse than if you had just taken a regular loss at, you know?
no, I think if I took a regular loss, yeah, it sounds a bit mad, because if I took a regular loss, it makes me feel like I'm not good enough.
Right,
But I took that loss knowing I wasn't 100% for
right,
whatever reason.
got you. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I shouldn't have lost, and it was a fight that was gonna put me over, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. And
Mhm.
I lost it. So in that sense, what it's done for me, it's a bit disappointing that I should have listened to my trainer and my team, but being egotistical in as a fighter, I didn't listen, and then I paid the price at the wrong time.
Yeah.
So because it's my own fault,
Mhm.
that's when I don't really, it doesn't affect me. But if I thought, yeah, I'm great, I'm ready, and I felt 100% and then lost, I think I'd
Yeah.
have took that worse. But because
Yeah.
I know why I lost, they know why I lost. It's like, oh, you stupid idiot, you shouldn't have took the fight. And and I told you so moment, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. But
So
that's the times when
yeah,
we learn the most, isn't it? Isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, exactly that, exactly that.
So Neutral's Corner is saying, would you ever consider crossover boxing as an option? Like a misfits, maybe? Would you
Oh,
ever
that.
consider
Oh,
that?
that.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
Yeah.
what's crossover? Oh, you mean
Yeah.
like
Misfits. Yeah.
beating up rappers and
Yeah.
YouTubers? Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. But
Yeah.
little quick pocket money. What did they do? Free
Well,
rounds? I,
exactly. I mean,
I think
seriously.
I think
Yeah.
that's the only thing though. That I might come up unstuck, because fighting those 3 minutes again after getting you, and I'm helping pros prepare for 10 rounders,
Mm.
8 rounders, and then I've got to get back to that sharpness or free freeze or whatever they do. That's why I want. What is it? 5 rounds? Oh, okay, now I could do a 5 rounder. I could beat up. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
they're
all right.
short.
I
They're
could do.
short.
Is
Yeah.
it
And you
five and
get,
six? Right, okay, yeah, 5 or 6. I could do that. Yeah, we could do that. We could do a little misfits, thump up a rapper or something like that.
yeah, you
I
got to
don't
throw out
know.
some names, man. Dwayne, you got to throw out some names. Let us get it
Yeah.
online. Let's get it
Nah, I
going.
ain't gonna do that, because the thing is, a lot of them I know them. So if it came up, then I'll do it. But I ain't gonna call people out. That's causing different friction. But yeah, rappers. You go rappers. What else is there? YouTubers, actors. Yeah, I'll do it. It's fun,
Yeah,
fun and games, innit? I'll beat him
yeah.
with a jab, innit?
Neutral's Corner is asking, would you, if so, who would you consider a good opponent? So he's asking you if you've got any names there.
I know they're trying to put me on the spot. Okay.
Yeah,
Do you know what'll be easier if you threw out some names because I don't know
throw out
who's
some
on that
names. All
circuit
right,
because
people. Yeah, I get you. Throw out some names, people watching. Let's see what you're
yeah, I
thinking.
don't really pay attention to that side of things unless people tell me to watch bats. Like for example, I'm gonna watch Mist because I'm a Mist fan, so I'm gonna watch
Hmm.
his fight. I'm gonna watch his fight. I was watching Swarms. I know I like certain ones I'm a fan or because I train in similar in same gyms as them or I know they're trainers. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I say, I'm a fan of Mist, so I'm gonna watch his. And he walked out Josh to one of Josh's fights as well. So
Oh, did he? Okay.
I'm gonna watch Mist definitely because yeah, I
Okay.
like what he's about and what he stands for, and I like his songs and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Jam's box saying he still looks in tremendous shape. So even at his age, he could still have a go in the crossover boxing. He'd clean up and make bare paper. So yeah,
I'm glad I've still got people on my side. You know,
yeah,
100%. If I got an offer, someone thought I was worth it, I'll definitely say yes because I love the
mm,
sport.
no, absolutely.
I'll
Is
definitely say
Jam's also
yes.
asking, what about KSI or Jake Paul? If they came up, would you do a fight with one of
That would
them?
be a no-brainer. If you said no, yeah, if they come up, I'll definitely say yes because that alone, the coverage of that, you'd be stupid to say no.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
100%. And
absolutely.
again, to stop that hype train of either of those would be fantastic.
Yeah,
Because I wouldn't be winning
absolutely.
by no split decision. Trust me that. There would not be no split decision. I'll win categorically with them looking at the lights. There was that first thing, the last thing they'll
Which is
see is
what we want,
lights
really,
and a
isn't
doctor.
it? Yeah,
It's
that's
just
what we want.
they'll
We
see a
want
light, the
professional
next time
boxers
they
to be
open their
doing
eyes,
that.
they'll see a lights, then the next time they open their eyes, it'll be a doctor. But they'll be fine. I'm not wishing no injury on no one, but that's just
No,
how
of
it will end.
course, of course. Hotshot would knock out both two with ease. So that's Jam's
Oh,
boxing
see, I'm
chat.
glad people know what's real. I'm
Yeah,
glad people know what's what, man.
look at
It's
that,
good
man.
to
You
know
got
that people
support.
know about boxing. I'm glad people on your channel know about boxing. It's rare. These armchair people really get involved
No,
in boxing, but these ones know what they're looking and talking
we've
about.
got the
I'm glad.
hardcore fans on our show, man. We've got the hardcore
You
fans on our
believe it.
channel.
Sounds
So
like it. I'm glad. I'm glad.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
getting me gassed. I'm going to go and do a run when I get home.
Absolutely, man. That'd be amazing, though, if that did come up again. That'd be really, really cool.
100%. Because like I say, I
Yeah,
stay in the gym, so I wouldn't say no.
yeah,
I wouldn't
no,
say no.
absolutely.
100%.
So I did want to ask you about what other things you're doing in the boxing world. I know there's a lot of other things you got your hands in. You spoke about maybe going into management. So can you tell me a bit about what you're doing, other than obviously your training?
Oh yeah, no, you're 100%. Yeah, that was a few months. I think it was like last year, or was it the year before at a show I saw you at, and yeah, we was talking about. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I've not
that's
even been
all
doing this for
underway
that
now.
long, man. Like it wouldn't have even been like last year. I've only been doing this for like 6 months. So
No, no, no. But I'm saying
when you
when
saw
I saw you
me,
before this, yeah, just
yeah,
as
no,
a
it would have
normal
only been
conversation.
like within the last 6 months. Literally, I haven't been going to any shows or
Really?
anything. Yeah,
So
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
show in where were we? Was it
We were
in
in
Bournemouth? Was it
was it in
Bournemouth?
Bournemouth? Yeah, it
It
would
was
have
an
been in
outdoor
Bournemouth.
show. It was
Yeah,
an
yeah,
outdoor
yeah.
show.
Yeah, it
Was
was an
that only
outdoor
six
show.
months ago?
I think it was probably like,
That
yeah, it
had to
wasn't
be
that
longer than
long.
6 months. There's no way that was
No,
six
no, it
months.
wasn't even that long ago. Like literally
It,
probably maybe 7 months, 8 months, but not longer than
no,
that.
no, that was longer than that.
Literally, seriously,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's longer than that. Definitely. Because you know what it was? I think it was before Chris Bidham Smith and um
That was the Okoli fight.
Okoli. Was it
No,
that one?
that was that one. Yeah, it was that one.
Oh, it was that actually one. Bidham
Yeah,
Smith
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
Okoli.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that was definitely more
That's
than
when I
six
first
months.
met you. And
Okay.
then I think you spoke to me about this management stuff didn't you talk to me about it in Box Park in Croydon?
Oh, when Josh signed to Boxer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that makes sense. And then that's over a year.
Is
That's
that over
coming
a
up to a
year?
year.
No,
Yeah,
it
in
can't be.
May.
It
May
can't
would be a
be.
year. Yeah, 100%. May would be a year.
No
When
way.
he signed to when he signed to Boxer, that was in
No,
May last year.
in the thing when Dan was there as well. It was a open workout or something.
Oh,
Dan Aziz
open
came.
workout.
Yeah,
Okay,
open
that was
workout.
the open workout was October.
Yeah, see? So that
Okay,
wasn't that
okay,
long
okay,
ago.
okay. Okay, okay.
There
You're
you go,
lucky. You're
man. I was
lucky.
making
You're
it go
lucky.
crazy.
Okay, okay. You're lucky. You're lucky. All right. Yeah. So yeah, the
Yeah.
management company is underway. We've got it. We've got it kicked off. It's Triumph Sports Management. Looking after you say prospects and fighters
Nice.
that's got that talent that may not have initially gone with a big promoter, and again looking at the well-being of fighters, because as you're probably aware of boxing, a lot of fighters, they fight, spend their money, fight. So we're looking at protecting their income and looking at their wealth for the future as well. So we're looking at like holistic management, not just get you a fight and get 10% or whatever.
Mm,
Looking at gaining your ambassadorships, your sponsorships, um, helping you with your public relations, helping you with your finances, whether it's investments, properties. We're using the expertise we have to as a holistic management group. We've got a team of solicitors, so you don't have to worry about that and having to pay out for those. We've even got doctors on our team as well. So
Oh,
it's a
nice.
holistic management group that helps saves you a lot of money with the things that you're gonna have to outsource. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. That sounds amazing. So how many fighters have you got on like in your management company right now then?
At the moment, we've got three. A reason I'm saying it in kind of brackets is because they it's almost at the moment as an advisory situation, because as much
Right.
as it's to help their career, it's a partnership. They have to also be
Hmm.
happy with what we are doing at the same time.
Yeah.
So before we put pen to paper and start taking money from people, is they got to be happy, we got to be happy, and then we can work
Mm,
together and they can trust us. So there's
yeah.
a lot of things that we're doing slightly different because of the way Josh has gone into the business compared to the way I got into the business of boxing.
Mm,
We know both ends of it, so we got that
yeah.
holistic care for the fighters. So I've kind of let the cat out of the bag a bit. So it's myself, Josh Buatsi, um, uh, Dr. Dapper, Kevin Dapper, and Mo from a sister firm, and then we've got our media team also. So we've got everything covered in
Wow.
you may have come across Ernest Simmons. He does a lot of work with fighters, Frazier, Reactor,
Mm,
and a bit with Anthony Joshua. So we've got
nice.
credible people. He started off in music videos, so
Hmm.
he's not just a photographer that does stuff. He's a professional, knows how to he can create. What do you call it, content within minutes. So, for example,
Oh,
you
wow.
might feel something now. Within the next hour, it's in your Facebook or your Instagram or your wherever you want to put it. He doesn't waste
Hmm.
time filming, because I know with people we've worked with before, you might film and you got 2 weeks later, then you're getting the footage.
Yeah.
You'll get your stuff the same day. He works rapid,
Wow.
so it's always relevant. You know what I
That's
mean? So
amazing. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's great. So do you guys like have a website, like an Instagram? Is it like somewhere people can find out more information about
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Or
yeah. So it's Triumph SMGT, for short for sports
hmm
management. So Triumph
hmm
SMGT.com, and then Triumph SMGT is the Instagram. So they
Okay.
it's quite new just for the Instagram, but the website's up. Still again quite new, because as you knew
Hmm.
it was in the works, but everything's there to find out information, etc. So Triumph, TRIU. Sorry, mate. No, no, no. Sorry about that. Someone's trying to talk to me. This is what
That's all
happens
right.
in traffic. Traffic.
Yeah. Okay.
TRIUMPHSMGT.com. Triumph
Perfect.
Sports Management.com. And again, Triumph
Yeah.
Sports Management on the Instagram.
Great. We'll put a link to it on the bottom of this video on YouTube as well when we put that up. And I should say a big up to Ando Bont. So thank you for joining. He said big up Green Diamond and also all the best, Duane, in new ventures. So
Thank
thank
you.
you to him. So I wanted to talk a bit about Joshua Buatsi. Obviously, you guys are very close friends. You've known each other for many, many years. And I understand that you're very good friends with Dan Aziz as well.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
how was that then, watching them two in the ring together? How was that for you?
Do you know what? Yeah, it's mad. The build initially, the build up and everything, it was fine. It didn't make no odds. Like,
Mm,
because we didn't understand the business. We knew, like, at first it was a situation it would never happen. That's why they were
mhm,
basically the same team. We worked together. But then obviously with Dan was working hard, and then with Josh had a little bit of inactivity with Matchroom. It Dan obviously caught up, became number two. So we knew the fight was going to happen without avoiding. Before we'd avoid Josh, there was a point where we all had conversations, and there was a point where Josh named the people he would never box. Yeah, in the
yeah,
box, he would never box. And then it just got to the point where they were at a crossroads that if they didn't box, they're going to lose their rankings. So
yeah,
it's a situation of after all that hard work, are you just going to throw it away? So they ended up boxing. So on the whole build up, it was just business. You know, when it started to hit me,
mm,
when they both got in the ring and Josh walked up to him and started shadow boxing in front of him, I said, "Oh my God, they're actually fighting."
yeah,
Not until actual fight night when Josh was in front of him shadow boxing. I told Josh after the fight, I said, that is the part where I thought, "Oh my God, they're fighting." And then it wasn't until about round five, I was like edge of my seat, like this. I don't want. And then round five, it just switched on, and I was like, no, not even. I think that point it kicked in, and then the bell when they started doing the announcement, that's when I turned straight back to this is business, Team Buatsi. And I started shouting, going back how I usually do. I don't
yeah,
even remember what I say. I just doing the kind of the gearing up and the encouragement and the motivational shouting and
mm,
talking. So it was there was a point I just switched back, and then yeah, when they started boxing, I think I was quiet because I don't want them to get hurt. Obviously, I've
yeah,
known
of
them both for
course,
years.
of
But then
course,
at round five, I think it was again. I switched back on, and it was Team Buatsi again. But then afterwards, it was like a relief. When the bell went, the relief, and I went over to them both and just had to give them a hug and just tell them, remember why we did this. Don't make this ruin the friendship.
yeah.
And it was just we was all just hugging for about I don't know 5 seconds and just talking quick,
Oh,
quick, quick, and then yeah, and then because I thought nah, the fight was it was forced, but
mm,
they had to do it if that makes sense. That's
yeah,
what it felt
no,
like, that they forced, because it was a thing of we just knew we wouldn't. We're the same team, but it
yeah,
got
of
to the
course.
point where they both done so well, they had to fight each other.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And of course, when they were like all the build up and stuff, there was some back and forth between them. But like
Yeah.
I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, there is no way there's actual real beef between these two. Yeah, they're just doing this for the build up. There's no way. Like I could see the love in their eyes for each other.
Do you know what it is? Yeah. No, I think Dan was actually frustrated, but
Mhm.
Josh, he doesn't. His frustration is different. He was frustrated too, but he's not a fiery person like that.
Yeah.
Like he would defend himself, but he's not in the verbals. He's not on that. That
Mm,
I would do both. I would do the verbals and then we can get into it. He doesn't
yeah.
do the arguing thing. You know what I mean? He does. So
Mm,
it was Josh. They was both frustrated. I think because of the fight was on, then it was off. Then it was on, then it was off, and then whatever all the situations where Joshua didn't want to do all that the media
yeah.
stuff, wanted to get to work. So then Dan started calling him a diva and da da da. So it was yeah, and then obviously I was well not obviously, but then I was getting onto Dan on social media by posting things, taking the mic, whatever. But the things with Dan, when I was doing what he's doing, he's used to me over the years. He knows that's what I'm like. So he didn't take none of it personal. He was laughing. He's even
Yeah.
DM'd me about some of the videos and the edits that I'd done, taking a mick out of him hurting his back or whatever. So yeah, it
Yeah, I
was
think I saw that actually. I saw that you put that on there.
yeah, I was just taking a mick, but yeah, but between them, it did get a bit saucy to be honest. But it's just the reason why it seemed like you're saying, it mightn't look real, is because
Yeah.
Josh wasn't biting to it.
Mm.
And then sometimes where Josh was saying stuff, Dan weren't biting either. So I think at the same time, there's always a where, like you said, we're actually friends, but they're
Yeah.
actually annoying each other now. But but it
Mm.
was, yeah, it was kind of in limbo.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it's so nice to see them both like afterwards as well, like traveling together and
Oh
stuff like
yeah,
that. It
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah,
really
yeah,
nice to see.
yeah, yeah. That's it. That's it.
But yeah, do you think it's brought them closer together having that fight?
Um, do you know what? When you box someone, you not even people you don't even know that weren't friends, you do
Mm.
develop this kind of respect, this kind of win or lose, you get this respect. You get the odd fighters that end up having a rivalry and hating each other, but
Yeah.
most of the time you get this kind of respect for each other. So I think in a different kind of way, I think it probably has. It probably
Mm.
has because it hasn't dented them. Like you said, they was on holiday together. Yeah,
Yeah,
so and
exactly.
but the holiday was it wasn't planned together. They just end up in the same
Mm.
spot, but they made that effort to meet up. You see what I mean? So I
Yeah.
think if they could have been in the same kind of city and just kept each other separate, but they made an effort to meet up. And you probably see footage of where they've seen each other at shows, and it's just like normal friendship. They talking and talking, laughing and hugging and talking, and people's caught it on
Mm.
camera. So it probably has, in a way, brought them closer together or enhanced the respect for each other.
Hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. So Josh has actually been calling out Anthony Yard,
Yeah,
which we expect hopefully to be the next fight. Do you think that that will happen? And if it does, do you think it'll be Josh's biggest test to date?
that sounds delicious, right? Let's
Yeah.
just go back on that. Josh isn't call out Anthony Yard. He called him. He said he wants that for his next fight. They have been mentioning Josh for a long time, yeah,
Mm.
and Josh has been getting on with his business. Now Josh has been cleaning up domestically, so he's
Mm-hmm.
everyone
Yeah.
that he's yeah he cleaned up domestically. They were saying, "Oh, Josh has run out of short, easy fights." No, no, no. Josh fought the people who earned, who he needed to fight.
Mm.
Yeah. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't duck anyone. He fought Spider. Okay, it's domestic, but it was a level. It was a world leveled fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same with all the people that he's boxed for, British title, whatever it be. Dan, it just happened to be people that he knew, but again, it was a world level fight. He was number one and he was number two. Now we look at Yard. Yard's a nice guy, but forget the nice guy thing. Yard has had two world title fights. Who on earth has he boxed for him to earn those two world title shots? The,
Yeah.
who has he boxed? He's boxed no one domestically. The one domestic
Mm-hmm.
person he boxed, he lost. He had to do a rematch. And that fight was only the Commonwealth. When did the Commonwealth bring you to a world title?
Yeah.
Again, that's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant promoting or management. I can't
Mm-hmm.
knock that. But Yard himself hasn't beaten anybody to put him in title contention. Nobody. Who is he
Mm-hmm.
beating? All of the top 10 in Britain could beat the people that Yard have boxed. Forget about Kovalev and Beterbiev, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Beterbiev or
Mm-hmm.
Beterbiev or however you say his name, yeah?
Yeah.
Forget about those two. The people leading up to those, every boxer in the top 10 can beat the people Yard has boxed. But they love to talk about Josh and say, "Oh, it's an easy fight. Josh is now cornered. He has to fight." No, he doesn't have to box Yard. He's mandatory for a belt, but he doesn't want to be inactive because
Mm.
it's going to be a unification bout
Yeah.
for undisputed. If they have a rematch, then there's the other belts who have their mandatory. So Josh is calling in a fight that makes sense
Mm.
at the time. At the
Yeah.
time, Yard has got nothing for him. Even
Mm.
now, Yard has got nothing for him. He's just boxing someone that's credible instead of having what Yard does, easy fights. And when you come up to a world title, you just lose. Not just lose, you get KO'd. He doesn't want those fights. He wants the fights that's going to prepare him to win the
Mm.
titles and keep them. He
Yeah.
doesn't want to go
Absolutely.
box anybody and then come up short, not even short, very short. Forget, oh, you put up a good performance. So what? You got KO'd. It wasn't a split decision. It wasn't a
Mm.
decision where some people thought you won. You got KO'd. Forget about that. That we don't want that.
Mm.
We want the fights that's going to prepare us to win the title and keep the title. That's what it is. We're not trying to win it and lose it on the Dick's defense. We're trying to win the title and keep the fight title. We ain't just trying to get paid. So Yard and that they have to talk. No, you know, it's not Yard. I take that back. His team. Oh yeah, I even heard they even dropped a round. They're gonna KO Josh. What quantifies you to say which round you can knock out Josh in? Please, where did you get that from? That you could that Josh could be knocked out even. Where did you get that from? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he can't be, but you need to quantify your statements.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, he's
So
not
Josh
lost
is
the
only
fight, so
saying, Josh is only saying a fight that makes sense. If it was somebody else in the position or somebody else that had the kind of, let's say, I don't know, that had the reputation or the people comparing them since they've been early in their pro career, it would be the same person. It's just that they always say timing. Well, there's nobody left. You might want to fight a tough European that's highly ranked, but it doesn't do anything for the business. It doesn't do anything for the fans. So Josh wants to do those fights that's gonna put his name again where it's supposed to be. And to answer the second part of the question, definitely not. Yard will not be the hardest fight for Josh for his career today. That's my opinion. If the fight happens and it turns out to be, I stand corrected. But from what I know of boxing, Yard will not be Josh's hardest fight to date. I'll tell you that now.
That's interesting. Okay. Wow. Well, do you know what? It's been amazing talking to you. I'm so sorry that you've been on the road. So sorry that you've had to do that and not been like chilling at home.
Yeah, that's all right. I just knew that we've discussed. It was over a week, and then this is like the second time slot, so I didn't want to let you down. If that makes sense.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate it, man, because I know that I moved the time because of the press conference I went to and stuff like that, and it's just been a bit of a manic day today, but I really appreciate you coming on and talking to me about this and stuff, and hope to catch you in the next whatever press conference or press or whatever. It's the next thing wherever we go to. But yeah, I'll definitely be messaging you about other things now. Now that I know more about what you do.
That's it. I love helping and I love discussing the stuff I'm involved in, you know.
Are you still in Croydon? Yeah, you still based in Croydon?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So you're not far from me, so I'll probably catch up with you at some point. And huge thanks to everybody who's been watching and who's been commenting and asking questions. Sorry that it was a bit later than anticipated, but I hope you enjoyed the interview, and we'll catch up with you next week. Thank you very much and take care. Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
It's another band. All the mass and cars now, whichever get up.